Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So it's week 18 now, and that means that I'm at the halfway mark through my training plan. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that things haven't been going as smoothly as I would like. I've had less than ideal performance on my fitness plan. I haven't been able to tick off every training session, but I have been doing some. But I need to remember that this is only the halfway mark. I've got 18 weeks to do something about that to improve on where I'm at now. So I'm going to take that energy and move forward with that and say there's still time to change. In my last video, I was talking about how I'm going to be focusing much more on running because I've got the Brighton Marathon coming up, and that's exactly what I've been doing. So I've been doing a lot of my runs to and from the office, as well as a couple of extra at the weekends. I've been including my speed work, I've included some threshold runs, and I've also done a fitness test as well because I wanted to kind of understand, have I actually improved over the last 18 weeks? Have things got worse and I need to be aware of that? Or if things just stayed the same. So I was actually really glad to see that I have improved my threshold race pace from 5 minutes 20 down to 5 minutes 07. So that was actually, a 13-second increase, which is actually something I wasn't expecting. I was hoping to be around about the same, but to see it go down is good. So for those that don't know, threshold pace is the pace that you should be able to run at for a sustainable period of time. And it's used as a benchmark for what you should be pacing yourself at on race day. So smaller times means you should be quicker. So that does mean that I've technically got a little bit quicker. Well, I'm glad to see that. I've also done a bit of swim workouts. As running does take it out of your joints, you do need to incorporate recovery time. So I've kept the aerobic fitness up during those periods with a couple of swims at the pool, which is really good. So yeah, happy about that. Things have improved since the last video, and I'm hoping to keep that momentum moving forward. And so far on the channel, I've spoken about 3 sports, but I think it's important to talk about the 4th discipline when it comes to triathlon, which is nutrition. If you don't do your nutrition right, your race is over, especially when you're doing a full distance triathlon like I'm doing. That is 14, 16, 18 hours for some people. To do that without any nutrition is just impossible. Your body can't store that many calories for you to use during that exercise. So you will need to take on nutrition. And if you're not familiar with what you're taking, your stomach is going to potentially disagree with it. And you're going to not be able to eat anymore. You could be sick. Anything could happen. If you've got a bad stomach, it's race over. It's good to get that practice in nice and early. And when you're actually doing some of your longer sessions, which are like over an hour long, it's sometimes advisable to even take some energy gels on for that. Something that's important to be aware of and to train for as well. So for myself, I'm planning to use Precision Fuel and Hydration. Like, this is one of their little gels. I first came around them. This is going to sound like a sponsored segment now, but I think they're great. Yeah, so Precision Fuel and Hydration, they feature a lot on GTM, which is another YouTube channel that I watch a lot of with triathlon content on there. They do a lot of explainer about what you should be looking for in an energy gel. They talked about the glucose and fructose levels. So there's some people that say you can make your own energy gels at home, and yes, you can, but you're using granulated sugar from the cupboard. That has a 1-to-1 glucose to fructose ratio, whereas an energy gel that you really want, which can deliver that energy hit when you need it the most, has a 2 fructose to 1 glucose energy gel. So that is an improvement, and I do notice it. I can say that I have had other energy gels, and I don't get that power surge that I do when I get Precision, and it comes a lot quicker too. They've really got a lot of good content on there. Their website's fantastic. So they've got a blog which goes into all different other crevices of nutrition, and they go down to very technical levels, way above my head, but they do somehow manage to explain it in a simple term for people like me to be able to understand. So that's really good. But the big thing about them that I think is worth talking about is the questionnaire that they've got on there. It takes about 30 seconds to a minute to fill out, and it'll give you estimated sweat levels for race day. With that information, you're going to be able to work out what carb levels you need and what electrolytes you're going to need, and also what kind of times you need to take them at. So that information I haven't seen anywhere else, and I think it's really good. They even go one step further and say, look, these are the products we've recommended you. Here's a sample box if you want to buy one from us, and you can see if you agree with our products. So I did that. It was completely frictionless, which was fantastic. And yeah, I really got on with their products. They all work really well. I think the gels taste nice. You can buy some cheaper ones like High Five gels, but I don't know the numbers that they provide as well as I do know the Precision Fuels. Like the PF30, that's where PF30, now PF, Precision Fuel, 30 means 30 grams of carbs. That is all I need to know about that gel. High Five, raspberry, and whatever. I don't know how many carbs are in that off the top of my head. I don't know if there's caffeine in it. I don't know the glucose or fructose levels. Yes, I can read all of that, but it's just that extra bit of step that I don't get with that I don't have to do with Precision Fuel and hydration. That's really enjoyable. So yeah, I think that's a big enough plug for Precision Fuel and hydration there. Other nutrition that I'm doing is I'm taking. So I don't have a very balanced diet, and I'll get onto diet in a bit. I decided to try and bulk up some of my other nutrition values that I've got. So nutrition values, I mean nutrition vitamins that I'm not getting. So the big one you hear in the triathlon is about magnesium. Magnesium helps your muscles relax and helps aid recovery. It can help get you better sleep, which again helps recovery. So I've been taking magnesium, triple magnesium. This is so it's magnesium glycinate, malate, and citrate, which is supposed to be like the ultimate mix. There's a brand called Pillar Performance which offers something, but they're very expensive, and I've gone for something else that has exactly the same products inside. So that's to help boost my recovery. But if you're taking magnesium, you should also take zinc. That helps the absorption of it as well. So I do that. I don't know if I've got a potassium deficiency, but I know I don't eat a lot of potassium. So potassium tablets there to again help with cramping. And vitamin D, because I live in England and I'm English, so basically we all need vitamin D. I take that on top of my energy just to make sure that I'm recovering as quickly as I can, so I'm fresh enough for the volume of training that I'm doing. Then to go back to that diet aspect, this is a big area for improvement for me. When I started this challenge, I was 101 kilos, and I'm 6'3", so that is still heavier than I would like to be, heavier than I should be. And I was hoping that I would lose 15 kilos over the course of this 36-week program. So far at the halfway mark, I've only lost 2. So not big gains there. That's not to say there hasn't been a change of body composition from fat to muscle, as muscle weighs more than fat. It doesn't feel like that's happened, to be honest. My body shape is still the same as it was. So yeah, if I can get that down, then I'm going to be much better on the bike. I'm going to be much better on the run and the swim. And it's also cheapest as well because I'm actually eating less food. So that's a really big win if I can do that. I've tried some diets in the past, like keto and low carb diets, but as I'm doing a lot of cardio exercise, I'm finding myself bottoming out and just not having energy stores to do those threshold runs, to do those 10, 15K runs. I know you're supposed to enter ketosis and that's supposed to be fine, you'll get through it, but I never got there. Yeah, I lost some weight, but I think it was more like water weight, so it didn't stay off for very long. I would be interested to hear about what diets you've tried and what's worked out well for you. Please share any pearls of wisdom, because this is an area that I could be doing a lot better in. I think ultimately for me, it comes down to bad dietary choices. So rather than reaching for a handful of nuts, I'm reaching for a chocolate bar, or instead of having a protein shake, I'm having a cheese toasty, things like that, which are very small, but that's what diet is. It's a lot of small changes, and it can work for you by making those correct decisions, or it can work against you, like prevents you from losing that weight or even gaining that weight. So something I need to prove on, something to work on and monitor over time. So yeah, that's it for this week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all of the other progress I've got coming up. And yeah, keep on trying. Ciao for now. Bye.